Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about Azure storage. First, let's try to understand what is the purpose of Azure storage. So let's take an example. Suppose you need to develop an application and you need to achieve a feature where you have to upload video, image, and other files. We can use Azure storage to store that details, that information. And the benefit of using this Azure storage is you can deploy your application on separate location, and your video image file will stored on separate location. So in case your application is down, but still your video file images will be available. And you can also achieve non-functional requirement by using the Azure. So it's high availability, high scalability, and high reliability is easily available. So you can use this Azure storage services. So Azure storage account, basically it can store information in different format, either in blob storage, which contain unstructured data like video, image, and all. Information in tabular format. If you need to store some information in uh, tabular format, then you can also store that information, and quickly you can access that information. You can store your file. And another thing, if you have a requirement where you have using the queue mechanism, you can store your information. You can by using the queue, like there are different component. One component, suppose writing some file, and another component need to pick up that file, and then they need to process, or they need to perform some additional actions. So in that scenario, you can use a queue Azure storage account. Next, let's talk about Azure billing and price model, because there are different model available, and based on that you have to pay. So there are basically, you can say, region wise, if you need to store your information, and you can use geographical region wise model. Account type, like sometimes pay as you go, and there are other model is available. Access tier, there are different access tier which we will discuss in detail, like hot, cool, and archive. And based on storage capacity, so if you need to store information either in large scale or you small scale, so you can also decide on that factor as well. And replication mechanism, so basically replication determines how many copies of your data are maintained at a time, so that you can uh, achieve your other non-functional requirement like disaster recovery and all. And then transactions, and based on transactions also you can check, like where read and write operation, what kind of operation is maximum it's going to perform on that. And data egress is another model, which basically it says when the data is stored and your application is suppose stored, your application is deployed on different region. So this is another model where you can choose this, and based on that your billing and cost will apply. So you can say basically storage cost are calculated based on these parameters. So as per your need, you can decide what kind of account or you need. Next, let's discuss about type of storage account. So Azure storage offers several type of storage account, and each type support different feature and has its own pricing model. So there are general purpose V2 account, and this is highly recommended uh, for the most of the scenario. You can use this. It support blob, file, queue, and table, all kind of storage, and this is the basic storage account type. And next one is general purpose P1 account. This is type of legacy account, and support blob, file, queue, and table. But general purpose B2 is highly recommended over instead of using this. If possible, use general purpose v2. And blob storage account, that is another type. And uh, this is basically recommended for scenario with high transaction rate. So in that scenario you can use this and use to store your unstructured object data as a blob. And this storage account have very premium performance, and you can use this. Another factor, file storage account. And file only storage account has with premium performance. This is also available, where recommended for kind of enterprise or high performance, high scalable application. So if such a requirement, you can use file storage. And there is another blob storage account, and this is legacy blob only storage account. But instead of using this, this is also you can use general purpose v2 account instead, if instead of using this. So that is recommended. So in most of the cases we can see general purpose v2 account is good fit for that. So as per your need, you can choose what type of storage account you want to use. So if we talk about Azure Blob Storage, so let's discuss a little bit more on that. What is Blob Storage? So this is object storage for the cloud, and you can say it is unstructured data. Here you can store massive amount of unstructured data on the cloud. And when to use this? This is highly recommended when you want to store image, document, video or audio file. So in this scenario you can use that. And how to use this? Within the blob service, you create a container that is used to store the blob object. Definitely going forward, while we do the lab session, we can see how to actually create that. And type of blob services, we can say blob. This is used for storing text and binary data. So within the blob, there are different three types are available. One is blob, another is append blobs. This is ideal for logging data, and page blob. This is used to store virtual hard disk file for Azure Virtual Machine. Another thing, we can talk on access tier for blob data. So there are three basically types. One is hot, cool, and archive. So Azure storage provide different options for accessing blob basically, you can say. And by selecting the right access tier as per your need, you can store your blob data in the most cost effective manner. So so if we talk about hot access tier, so this tier is optimized for frequent access of object in the storage account. Accessing data in the hot tier is most cost effective, and this is basically optimized for storing data that is accessed frequently. And if we talk about the cool access tier, this tier is optimized for storing a large amount of data that is infrequently accessed and is stored for at least 30 days. So storing data in the cool tier is most cost effective, but accessing that data may be more expensive than accessing data in hot tier. So you can decide as per your need, and this can be set as account level. And another is archive. So this is optimized for storing data that is rarely accessed and is stored for at least 180 days. So this is basically, you can say, for archiving tier basically, and this is most cost effective option for storing data. However, accessing that data is more expensive than accessing data in the hot or cool tier, and this can be set only at the blob level. Another thing we can discuss is replication technique. So we can say replication technique basically, as per its name, it's saying how can you duplicate your data, right? In case of disaster recovery, sometimes if you want store your data on multiple places, so there are different options available, like locally redundant storage, which known as LRS. Here data is replicated synchronously 3 times within a physical location in the primary region. So if you your primary region suppose is one country, so if you choose this option, so 3 times your data will stored, same data will stored in same region 3 times. Another is zone redundant storage. So zone redundant storage, here data is replicated synchronously across 3 Azure availability zone in the primary region, and you can store suppose you have a zone, so 3 times basically it will be stored on that zone as well. Another is geo redundant storage. Geo redundant storage is also, here data is replicated synchronously 3 times in the primary region, then replicated that asynchronously to other secondary region. So your information is stored first on your primary location, and then other secondary region whatever you selected, that information is stored asynchronously there. And another is read access geo redundant storage. Here data is replicated synchronously 3 times in the primary region, then replicated asynchronously the secondary region. Here the differences is on the secondary region, it is available for read only purpose. So this is the basic difference. And geo zone redundant storage, here data is replicated synchronously across 3 Azure availability zone in the primary region, then replicated asynchronously to the secondary region. So these are basically replication technique which is available on Azure storage. So these are basically a theoretical concept which just I discussed in this video. Further going forward, let's take a look, and let's do some hands-on lab session in next video, and we can see how actually we can do that, and how can we using your Azure account, how can you create your storage account, then how can you upload your file and other information. Thanks for watching. Thank you for watching this video, and learning is ongoing process, guys, so keep learning. I may not perfect, but I wish to help people, and definitely whatever I knew. And if you have any questions, any query on that, you please do not hesitate. Just drop me a message. We can connect one to one, and my contact detail is here. And also please like, subscribe, and do not forget to press on the bell icon so that you can get notification whenever I upload a new video. Thanks.